Hi, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Proline. We are geared up for Week 9 already. Week 9 of the National Football League season. It's flying by. Not a lot of parity between the top and the bottom of the league this year. But it doesn't matter because the action is still good. There's plenty to bet on, and got some pretty good selections for you from the guys. Jim Feist is here, John Cranton as well. I'm Dave Kogan. Jim, the NFL's been absolutely sensational for you. I mean, you've had a great year. And you've got a tremendous special for November that kicks off today.
Well, Dave, a couple comments. Right off the bat, you said there's a lot of parity. Boy, that is true. In the middle of the pack, that's true. I mean, there's some bad teams at the bottom. I don't know what you do with Jack. Somebody asked me the other day, could Alabama beat Jacksonville? And I said, absolutely not. Jacksonville has, 53 ex-college players that they're all in the pros, and Alabama only has maybe 6-8 guys that might end up in the pros. So it's no that kind of question, but they are bad. They're really bad, and there's other teams in the NFL that are bad too, and some of them are going to actually get worse because of injuries, and they're not deep. So when they have the injuries, and we're sure having people go down every week. Tremendous amount of injuries. It's a league issue that they're going to have to deal with. Officials making bad calls or no calls at all where they should make them. But overall, when you analyze the record that I have, it's been pretty amazing. And my totals in the NFL have been absolutely incredible. I have an offer that you just can't miss. We're talking about all of November. $39, pro and college football, NBA, college hoops, NHL. It'll include a game of the month winners on Saturday, revenge game of the month, and a Pac-12 game of the month. College hoops start on November 8th. That's 8th. And it'll include my turkey shoot weekend. I've got it all covered for November. And if you sign up early, you get a free bonus play tonight. Just call 1-866-841-1655. That's a hell of a package. The entire month of November with a guy that's absolutely been red hot. $39, 1-866-841-1655. If you don't call, you're not going to win. So I would suggest you make the call and you do it now.
John, I know Mr. Vegas has got some good stuff going this weekend. Tell us about that.
Sure, Mr. Vegas has a 3-game trifecta, game of the year trifecta going for $29. It's going to include his overall college game of the year. Now, that play is available for $100 online right now, but you're going to get that as part of this 3-game package for $29. It's going to include his NFC South game of the year going Sunday, and as a bonus, if you sign up early, he's got his Thursday night NFL game of the year. Really likes the Thursday NFL game. You can get that as a bonus too. 3 games or 4 if you sign up early for $29. 1-866-841-1627 from Mr. Vegas.
I've got 2 real big games going on Saturday in college football. These are both conference games of the year, so they're both window plays as well in my personal service, and that means they're games that sell individually for $500 a shot. You're going to get both these games for $10. It's a one-time special, and we're going to guarantee the 2-0. You must win both games, or November's going to be completely free of charge. So for $10, it's a real strong call on our side of things. We're putting up the entire month for that one small price. You're only going to do that if the games look really strong, and they certainly fit on that count. Sign up early. You're going to get bonus football winners tonight. 1-866-896-1629 is the number to call. That's 1-866-896-1629. Let's get into the Twitter question of the week. You can follow at Jim Feist Sports on Twitter. You can also friend us on Facebook at Proline TV. Blake Bellini from Bronx, New York. The Jekyll and Hyde Jets beat the Falcons on the road, beat the Patriots, then get blown out at Cincinnati 49-9. Who are the real Jets? Well, they haven't won 2 in a row all year. What they are is a very young football team in a lot of spots that shows that inexperience. I mean, the quarterback's a perfect symbol for the team. Geno Smith's had some good games, and Geno Smith's had some really bad games. To me, they are what they are. They're a team that's going to be 6 to 8 wins. And that's what most 6 to 8 win teams are, Blake. I mean, I'm not knocking you here with the question, but that's what they do. They win one week and they lose the next week, and that's why they're they're average, middle-of-the-pack teams. But the Jets are right now, so I don't find anything surprising about them or disappointing either. I think they're, honestly, of all the 32 teams, you might argue that the Jets have fit their projection more than anybody else in the league. I mean, they're exactly where we thought they'd be before the season started, Jim.
Well, I agree with you, Dave. They are an average football team, and they're playing average football. And I can totally explain how they ended up. Yeah, I can't explain the score, of course, 49-9, but Cincinnati is starting to open up their attack. Andy Dalton is starting to become, he's kind of growing into what I thought he was going to become when he got into the league. We always called Cincinnati being a conservative team with conservative coaching and Andy being a conservative guy. But if you look at the number of passes he's throwing down the field now, over 20 yards, the last 3 or 4 games, it's exceptionally higher than it had been the previous several years that he's been in the league. This is a different team, and they're rounding into form. I see bigger and better things. So here's what happens. You got New England plays the Jets, and the Jets come out with a 30-27 victory, and that's the biggest rivalry. So that's a very big emotional game. They get the win, and now they have to go back. They have to go on the road to Cincinnati, who's coming off big wins on the road themselves. They're coming home, and they just weren't ready for that football game. Plus, when you look at the Jets, they're minus 11, I think, in turnovers on the season. They're a very sloppy football team. Their quarterback is young, as Dave mentioned. He throws more interceptions than he does touchdown passes. They fumble quite a bit. This is not a great football team, and I think what Dave said, and personally, I actually think they're overperforming. I think they're actually doing better. They have more wins now than I thought they would have. Of course, we didn't know who would be a quarterback until Sanchez got hurt, and then it forced Geno Smith into the starting position. So he has an upside. The team has an upside. I think Rex Ryan's doing a pretty good job coaching this team. They don't have much talent at the skill positions. I think they're overperforming, and if I was a Jet fan, I'd be very satisfied with the season the way it's going.
Before we get to the games,
I agree with both you guys. Yeah, I agree with both of you guys. We expected the Jets coming into the season to be around a 500 team because they were rebuilding, and really that's exactly what we've seen. I mean, that game in Atlanta that they shocked everybody on national TV, won the game. Well, what has the Atlanta Falcons turned out to be? Not that good. They upset the Patriots in overtime. Patriots have a lot of problems, and look at the 3 games that they lost. The Steelers beat them by 13. The Bengals just blew them out by 40, and even the Titans 38-13. So I agree with Jim. This team is overperforming. And what is common with young teams, we're seeing with the Jets, 3-1 at home, 1-3 on the road. So they really struggle away from home, Dave.
All right, before we get to the games, let's tell you about how you can get free plays every day by a text message. It's very easy. Nothing could be easier, actually. All you have to do is text Koken to get mine. Text Koken to 313131, and you get back that day's free play via text message. Jim, same story with you.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. It's very simple. It goes right to your cell phone. Text WINNER, WINNER, to 313131. We'll send you free plays each and every day right to your cell phone. This is a very exciting time of the year. We got NHL, we got college basketball, we got pro basketball, we've got a little baseball left. We don't know if that's going to end tonight or in a couple days, but and then of course we have football, college and pro. So this is one of the most, it is the most exciting time of the year, at least for me. There's a lot of betting opportunities. There's gold in them there hills, and that's what we're out there digging for every day.
All right, let's start it off with the Eagles and Raiders as we break down the games. John, take it away.
Well, here's a game where the Philadelphia offense, that high-flying, up-tempo, high-octane offense, has just slowed down the last couple of weeks. What is going on? Well, there's a comment from Chip Kelly this week. He said, we're unstable at the quarterback spot. We just haven't played well, and it's cost us. That can be interpreted as an excuse It's also the truth. I mean, they've used Mike Vick, Nick Foles, and Matt Barkley, all kinds of problems. When you have that kind of instability, you're going to struggle on offense. And that's exactly what we're seeing. And now we see that the third stringer is going to be starting again. 15-7 loss to the Giants, a 17-3 loss the previous week to the Cowboys. No offensive production, no matter what Chip Kelly tries to do. When you look at the Raiders, I mean, this team is on a 12-2 run under the total. They're playing pretty good defense, and they're not a flashy offense. They're last in the NFL in passing, but they're pretty good rushing the football. So that's kind of the way I look at this game, will be the total. And when the Raiders play in October, they happen to be 21-7 under the total, and their last 8 home games, 8-1 under the total. So, Jim, I'm going to look at a lower scoring game here, which has been in vogue with the Eagles the last 2 weeks.
You know, you're 100% right, John. For a team that can't get out of their own way offensively, and the way the Philadelphia Eagles started the season, we thought they were going to score